What's with this prize sticker, Hastings? You can kind of see, but oh man, come on. That's kind of an odd place. I mean, couldn't it put it up here? Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Today I am looking at the new Batman Adventures Batman from DC Collectibles. And my comic shop didn't have this. I was about to order online. I popped through Hastings and... but I found my Batman. It was the only one they had. I can already see in the package that his belt has a little black smudge on it. But I couldn't pass it up. Finding it locally. Let's see if I can do something about the prize sticker. There we go. That's a little better. That sticker peeled right off, but it's still funky to put it in front of his face. Okay, you guys know me. I'm not a packaging type guy, but I like this packaging. It's very minimalistic. It's just, you know, the pertinent information, a nice background graphic. The back is just straight up, you know, just. There we go, just the graphic. No pictures of other figures in the waves. Well, of course we have, you know, the copyright and all this, and DCC and DC logo and that kind of thing. Otherwise, it's just a clean package. Nothing on bottom. So, let's get this puppy open and see what's going on. Okay, right out of the box. Package, whatever. He like a double clamshell. There's 2 layers. Let go. Figures in one with the I'm guessing that it shoots the zipline gun and a batarang, and then here is another cape. Goes over his shoulders, or well, let's see. Yeah, it goes over his shoulders a little bit more. And several hands. That's kind of neat. Why is the grappling gun separate, but then there's one molded to the hand? Oh well, we'll find out. Looks like turnarounds. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay, the cape is a very soft material. It's plastic, but it has a lot of give to it. That's cool. And it looks like the stand is a turnaround from the cartoon. And what is this? Batman the Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures. And upcoming figures. Clip. And stand. Oh, it's got a flat spot. Don't try to just force it in. It's got a flat spot here. The hole has a flat spot on the back, so it only goes in one direction. I'm guessing the clip does too? No. Okay, the other end of the stick is round, so yeah, it only goes in one way. Keep that in mind when you're forcing it together. I'm guessing this is just round, so it can go, yeah, slide up and down. Then it's got hook. Pinchers. It looks like he has a batarang holding hand, right hand. He's got a gripping hand, right. He's got a batarang holding hand, left. He has a gripping hand, left. He has a grappling gun, or a zipline gun, right, molded to the hand, split between the fingers, nifty. He has a flat hand, looks to be holding right, and same thing for left. And the figure itself comes with fists. Between this, the NECA 8-bit Batman, and then I think I got the Total Heroes Batman Beyond a while back. I've got more Batman hands than I know what to do with. But, you know, there's worse problems. And like I said, he comes with a loose zipline. and a loose batarang. One thing I did just notice, actually it fell out, so I didn't notice it. It just happened. But on the grappling gun, the grapple actually comes out, and it does it on the one that's molded to the hand. This shoots out. So it's a separate piece. It gives you just a little bit more display. It wasn't pushed all the way in out of the package. That's why it fell out while I was messing around with it. Once you push it all the way back, it looks pretty solid. It doesn't feel like it's just gonna fall out. So, but it pulls out. So, cool. And now, as for Batman himself, I haven't actually tested the joints on this yet, so let's see how this goes. All mine's good except for right here. Seems like I have a slightly loose right hip. This one doesn't wobble like that at the actual joint. And I can't quite get the right leg to go out. But I'll play with that. Just need some heat. Articulation-wise, the cape doesn't really get in the way. It's soft like the other cape. He has, I want to say, a ball-jointed head. He has a little bit up and down, side to side. He doesn't really look up. Hinge and swivel shoulders, out about that far. Swivel around. He has hinge and swivel elbows. Swivel, swivel, hinge, hinge. Hinge and swivel wrists. Hinge, hinge, swivel, swivel. He has just a cut waist swivel. He swivels out about that far. The belt kind of gets in the way here. At the hip, back, and then my left hip is okay. It swivels out. It almost acts like it hits right here when you hinge out. It hits against the crotch piece, but it gets about that far. Hinge knees, about that far. Has a swivel at the boot, which is cool. The boot's still sculpted up in front of it. I almost didn't see that it was a hinge, that it was a swivel, but it's there. And then a hinge ankle. Now this is where I've been hearing most people have a problem with breaking at the ankle. Mine seem okay, but man, that's a tiny joint. Forward, back, pretty good. He can tiptoe. Dude, oh, look at that. I just found another articulation point. There's a forward pin into the feet. So there's rocker ankle action. I did not know that. Could it be Gentle Giant? So not bad altogether. Paint's all clean, nothing chipped off. I think it's all molded in gray with a black overlay. But like I said, and I saw it in the package, he has a slight scuff right here across his belt. It's not too noticeable. It's at the bottom. Not a biggie. There's the back. Just pouches around on the belt. He has his here. Tiny legs. What's this creeping in his knee? A little plastic flake? I don't know what that was. With the stand, goes up under his cape, clasps around wherever you want it to go. It can be up or higher or lower. With the stand, he has no problem standing at all, obviously. I mean, that's what the stand's for. Now, let's see how easy this all pops apart. I also read this online. I pulled, and his head is halfway off, but it's not off yet. But he can get better range of movement up, down, but you have a big ass gap in the neck. See it right there? Let's try to pull it the rest of the way off. So yeah, it's a ball neck. It goes down into the neck piece. Let's pull this cape off. I like the extra. I like the options they gave us with a extra cape. You know, this one's out of the way. You can do all your action poses. This one's, he's standing there looking all stoic and Batman-y with his over his shoulders. Let's try to pop the head back on without tearing anything up. I'm pushing. You push down on the head, but man, his ears are sharp. Good Lord. Don't be so mean, Batman. Like I said, you pop it on, and there's a stop point. It acts like it's on, but it's not quite on. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if that was intentionally done to give him more range of movement, but we want it all the way down. And once it's all the way down, no gap, it flows nicely from cowl to cape. And there he is with just... Get in there. And there he is with the shoulders, with the cape down. Looks nice. I'll probably display it like this. I kind of like that. Now let's see how the hands go. Oh, and that's pretty easy to pop out. It's not really a ball or anything. It's just like a shaft with a couple of bumps on it. It's not that bad. Goes in nicely. Comes out nicely. There he is with that. And it looks like all the wrists have hinges on them. This one doesn't want to move very easily. I'm not forcing it yet. I'll get some heat on that. And let's see. What do I want him to do? Not that. This. And that wrist, easy to move. So it's going to be a give and take. Once you get the batarang in here, it's in there pretty good. Much better than, what did I just do? Oh, NECA's batarang in the gripping hand. Doesn't work that well. Go check out that video. But this one, it's almost like he's pinching the tip of it. There we go. Let's see. Don't really need to try out these hands. I'm not quite sure. They still have the really open gripping hand, but there's, I mean, he can kind of, I'm not sure. Maybe that's for accessories to come later with other figures, which would be cool, thinking ahead. All in all, I like this figure. This is a very cool Batman. I don't like that the hip was stuck right out of the package. And I wish there was a thigh swivel, some kind of swivel here to just, you know, give you more leg movement. Don't get me wrong, this isn't bad for, you know, DC Collectibles, DC Direct. It's more articulated than some of the other figures I've gotten from the company, but I just missed that point of articulation. I don't care about, I'm good with it missing ab articulation. Being based on an animated property, it's nice and clean. The gray is nice and clean. There's no detail. It's supposed to be like that. So I think an articulation point right here would have been a little over the top. Other than that, point out that, you know, they covered every other peg hole, well, except for the knee. But the knee's off to the side. You have them on the shelf, you don't see those as much as those peg holes in the hips. I'd like to see those covered, and judging by the rest, cover those pins right there. We'll be good to go, DCC. I'll keep buying the figures, because other than, you know, those flaws, apparent flaws, I'm completely good with this figure. The stand is cool. It's not, you don't notice it. It just kind of pins around. It's clear. It stays, especially with the belt. It just kind of blends in. But with a figure this top heavy, yeah, you're going to need the stand. So yeah, I'm good. I like this figure. Pick him up. Be careful with the articulation. But other than that, which me saying be careful with the articulation, that's a given on any toy company now. I don't even think about it that hard when I buy a toy anymore. When I open it, I carefully go through all the joints. Doesn't matter the company, doesn't matter the toy, doesn't matter how much articulation. You're going to check the articulation. That's just a fact of life in modern toy collecting. It's come to that point. And it's nothing against, it's nothing against QC. It's nothing against any of that. That's just how it is now. You test drive your car before you drive it. You do some checking before you go cranking. You know what I mean? So, if you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your girlfriend, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. Whenever you move his head, this top piece slides around with it, which is probably more movement than Keaton had in the movie. That's what she said. I like.